I want to thank you all for being here. I want to thank your teacher and your principal and Tyler, who's here today, and Dr. Dewan and Tyler's mom, Nicole, for this exciting event. My name is Reed Myers. I run a program called Silicon Valley Reads. How many of you guys like to read books? Does anyone like to read? Me too. I love reading, and about 20 years ago, we started this program where people would read the same books at the same time, and then we would have authors come and speak to us and have events around the books. So right here, I don't know if you can see, can you guys see this? So this is a list of all the books for this year. We have kids' books and adults' books, and we started doing a theme each year also. And this year, our theme is the power of kindness, resilience, and hope. Because as we were thinking about the theme for 2022, we realized that the pandemic is probably going to keep going, and we really need to be together and connect. And we thought the power of kindness, resilience, and hope would really epitomize where we are right now. And as we were thinking about events around this theme, Dr. Dewan, who you'll meet in a little while, knew about Tyler Gordon. And she thought he would be perfect for an event for us. And I'm so excited that we were able to connect with him. He's so talented. You guys are going to be very excited. And he also has a story. He's very resilient. He's overcome a lot of challenges. And he's also really kind to donate his time to us. And he's been donating his time all around the country and traveled everywhere, teaching people, telling people about his story, and sharing his art. So now I'd like to introduce Dr. Dewan. She is the County Superintendent of Schools, which means that her office, and she supports all of the schools in our district, all of the schools and the school districts in Santa Clara County. So there's 32 school districts. Can anyone guess how many schools there are in our county? Does anyone have any idea? 50? So there's actually more than 400. You could probably tell us the exact number, but I looked at on Google and it was 474. So it's a lot of schools. And the county office supports the schools in lots of different ways. Probably the biggest one right now is helping everybody be safe through the pandemic and giving advice to your teachers and your principals and your superintendent. So what else do I need to say? Okay, so she's going to have a little talk with Tyler so you can learn a little bit more about him for about 20 minutes, and then he's going to do an art lesson for you, and then we'll have a surprise on your way out. Okay, so I hope you guys have fun. So here we go. I'm going to turn it over to you guys. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you so much, Reed. Can you all hear me okay? Is our sound good? Well, good morning and welcome. We are very excited to have you all with us today and really excited to be with you, Tyler, one of our students here in Santa Clara County and an accomplished artist and author. So welcome our students from Orchard, and thanks again for joining us this morning. It is really a treat, and I hope for you as well. A little field trip. You got to walk down the street and be in a new place and get to meet some amazing people today. We are here today to celebrate Silicon Valley Reads and the talents of Tyler Gordon. Tyler is an artist, an author, and a student from the Eastside Union High School District, so very local, a local and very accomplished young man. I am Dr. Mary Ann Dewan, and I'm the County Superintendent of Schools, as Reed said. And we are really grateful. I want to say thank you to Reed Myers and to all of the team members that make Silicon Valley Reads possible, and to all the County Office of Education staff who are here with us today supporting us. So let me tell you just a little bit about Tyler. Some of you might already know Tyler. Anybody already know Tyler other than his mom? I know she knows him. Any? No? Okay. Well, Tyler is a 15-year-old student at Overfelt High School. He was born deaf and had surgery to help give him partial hearing. And that was one of the items when Reed was talking about resilience and how we can bounce back from things and overcome things. His mom, Nicole Kendall, is also an artist and Tyler's role model and biggest supporter. Tyler began painting at the age of 10, and he might tell us a little bit more about what inspired him to paint a little bit later. But he has a natural born gift and uses his art as a way to cope with the difficulties of growing up with a disability, as well as a means to express himself. Kids would tease Tyler for his stutter, and painting gave him an outlet that made him feel better. In 2020, he painted a portrait of Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. Do you all know who Kamala Harris is? Good, good. It's good to see some heads nod. And Tyler wisely posted the video on Instagram. And former First Daughter Chelsea Clinton saw it and forwarded it to Kamala Harris, who personally contacted Tyler to thank him. Since then, Tyler's drawings have gone viral, and he's become known worldwide. Tyler has over 80,000 followers on Instagram and over 60,000 followers on Twitter. And he's drawn portraits of many famous people, many that you likely have heard of: J.Lo, Kevin Hart, Kevin Durant, Missy Elliott, Joe Biden, our president, and his work has been featured on the cover of Time magazine with his painting of LeBron James. And Tyler recently published a book called Yes We Can, Portraits of Power. And I think that this book also very much symbolizes the theme of Silicon Valley Reads this year, just the power of what we can do, and kindness, resilience, and the hope that these stories give us all. So Tyler, thank you for joining us today. We're very excited to have you. So I just have a few questions. We'd like to get to know you a little bit better, and to have all of your peers here understand more about you and your talent. So can you tell us a little bit about what inspired you to pick up the paintbrush the first time, and what that experience was like?
So I started painting when I was 10 years old in 5th grade at a school STEM fair. They reopened a new art category, so we were allowed to do art for the competition. And I got the idea to paint my principal for the very first time. And at first, my mom didn't believe me, since I woke up at 3 in the morning telling her about this. But I started painting in 5th grade, and I've been just painting ever since.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what got you up at 3 o'clock in the morning to tell your mom about your idea to paint?
I had a dream that God told me I could paint. So I told my mom at 3 in the morning, and she yelled at me to go back to bed since it was 3 in the morning. Mm-hmm. Then the next night at 5 in the morning, I had the exact same dream, and I told my mom crying. And when it came to 6 o'clock, she gave me one of her canvases, and she paints too. And my very first portrait took me exactly 17 minutes, and I painted my very first portrait.
Wow, incredible natural born talent. 17 minutes to do your first painting. I've seen a lot of your work, and it's all incredible.
Thank you.
What advice would you have for others who would like to paint or create or express themselves in the arts?
Just to keep following your dreams and passion, and don't let anybody tell you that you can't do anything.
Yeah. That's kind of the theme of your book too.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, we can. So your art and your stories are getting a lot of attention nationally and here locally as well. I imagine that's a little unusual or maybe uncomfortable amongst your peers, but what has been the best part of being known and having this opportunity to get attention, and what do you hope people understand about you and your work?
I guess I got to meet Janet Jackson, so that was a big one. And I guess they see that I was just a kid who kept following his dreams.
Mm-hmm. Wow, what was it like to meet Janet Jackson?
She's short.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've never met her, but I've heard that. That's great. So in addition to being an artist, I mentioned that you're also an author. What was it like to write your first book?
So the entire process took 19 days. I guess it was a new experience for me since they reached out to me first. So I guess it was something new.
Mm-hmm. I love in the book how you use the art, the picture, and tell a bit of the story of the people. And you know, that combination of art and word is just really inspiring. So when you're thinking about your art, and you mentioned how like your first painting, 17 minutes, so you're creating, does that creation start first in your head? Do you imagine your finished picture first? Or does it turn into something as you pick up the paintbrush?
I don't know what the painting will look like until I'm done. So honestly, I can't say. But I guess I won't know until I'm done with the painting.
Yeah, wow. So what kinds of things inspire you, or persons? What inspires you?
So a lot of people inspire me. It depends on the portrait that I'm doing. If it's of someone that inspires me or in some way is doing and inspiring the world, then I'll paint them. And that's usually how I pick who I'm going to paint.
Yeah, that's great. And you mentioned earlier about picking up the paintbrush at age 10, and that you have had some challenges in your life. Has art helped you overcome some of those challenges?
Yes, art has helped me a lot. It just helped me find my voice when I was young, and it helped me just honestly get through school.
I think that's so powerful to find that venue for your voice. And for some people it's art, for others it might be writing or singing, dancing, or just debate or other things. So each of us can find our own path with our voice. Our theme for Silicon Valley Reads this year is the power of kindness, resilience, and hope. Do you see these themes in your life or in your experience as an artist?
Yes, I try and make my art seem and try and give other kids and adults hope to keep following their dreams and passions.
Mm-hmm. I know that your art has certainly done that for me. I've seen many of your pieces and some of the events where you were painting portraits of people live there or presenting it to them at events, and it is quite inspirational, and it gives me a lot of hope. Do you have a favorite piece of art that you've done?
Yes, I did this piece of art when I was 12. It was a really big painting. It was, I think, 5 feet tall.
Wow.
And it was a painting of me with my hands up and cop cars behind me. Because back then there's a lot of police brutality, so that piece really helped a lot.
Where is that painting now?
I think someone bought it. I'm not sure where it is. Someone bought it.
Yeah, so finding your voice through that really large painting at a really important time in our history. I know you're a sophomore in high school, so it might be a little early to ask you this, but what are your plans after high school?
I'm just going to college and buy my mom a house.
Outstanding. Great plan. So I know you're going to paint for us today and share with the students here and give us a lesson. What will you be painting for us today?
I'll be painting a Disney character, Maribel from Encanto.
Oh, excellent. Well, we're excited to see this, and I think we're ready. So, oh yeah, Tyler, would you be okay if we let the students ask a few questions?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Their work and you feel it inspires you.
Yes, one artist that inspires me is Basquiat.
Okay. Why? I'm a teacher, sorry.
Because I have this art style too. I basically try and copy his style. So he really inspires me when it comes to that art style.
And where do you stand on anime? I'm asking this on behalf of my...
My siblings got me addicted to it. They're around 20, 22, and they love anime, and they kind of got our whole family hooked on it.
Raise your hand if you love anime. Oh, look, they're like, our teacher's embarrassing. Thank you so much for doing this for my students.
Thank you.
Okay, last call for questions. Anybody? Okay, sounds like we're going to get started then.
Sounds like it. Well, let's give Tyler an awesome round of applause for being with us today. Thank you, Tyler.
So the first thing that we're gonna do is form her eyes. For her left eye, it will be slightly raised in the middle, just one big circle. Okay, now same thing with the right eye. We're gonna do the exact same thing except slightly lower. Then with both eyes, at the same side, we're just gonna cut it in half, sort of, just like that. Then towards the top right of each eye, we're just gonna form the pupil. Outline a small little white circle. Nope, both sides. Then fill the rest of the eye in. And now for our eyebrows. Oh, too fast? Okay. Now for her eyebrows, we're gonna start about 2 inches above her left eye. You're gonna form a line going slightly down. Then we're just gonna make this thicker. Just like that. And then right around the left eye, we're just gonna form a half circle going all the way around. And then make a straight line connecting the two pieces. Then just make this eye a little thicker. Okay. Now, same thing with her right eye. Gonna form a half circle going all the way around. Okay. Now for our eyebrow, we're going to do the exact same thing we did last time. Then to make it a bit thicker. Next will be her nose. They're going to be sort of slanted downward. Now, starting from her right eyebrow, we're going to take this out and sort of form a triangle. Then we're going to take this down and sort of just form her cheek. Same thing with the other side. Just going to form her cheek going all the way down. And then just connect these two lines. And now, starting again from the left eyebrow, just take it up and then take it all the way down and connect the two eyebrows together. And then for her mouth is just going to be one line going slanted down just like that. And then make the same form but down. Then another line sticking out just like that. And now for her hair. Okay. So right in the bottom of her chin, we're just going to form her neck. And on the right side, we're just going to form her shoulder. And then I'll actually form the hair. We're just gonna take this line up. And then just form her hair. It's just wavy, so you can just do whatever. And now we're gonna fill the entire outline in. And now for the rest of her shirt.
People are asking for just another few minutes to take this very
This group right here, I hear their entire conversation. So, so back to her shirt. We're gonna start at the right side, at the end of her hair, and sort of just form like bumps going all the way across, down to the bottom. And then towards the bottom, we're just going to form a, I think it's a flower or that's a butterfly. Just form a not so pretty butterfly. And then right next to it, you're just going to draw a black dot, just like that. And then another butterfly right next to it. And then again, a black dot right next to it. And then another butterfly right next to that. Then a black dot right next to that. And then form another butterfly right next to the black dot again. Then another black dot. Then another butterfly. And the last black dot right next to that. Okay. Okay.
Wow.
She go.
So impressive.
Oh, she. Oh. Okay. So that is it for the black. We're not gonna do the gray.
What? My whole painting looks great.
Okay. So right next to the right eye, you're gonna do a gray line going down. Yes. And then right above that, we're going to do another small line. And then on the opposite end, I'm going to do a gray line, sort of a half circle. Same thing on the other side. I'm going to start at the eyebrow and just start forming a half circle again. Then we're going to take it and bring it all the way around.
See? He's telling you not to talk.
I did not say that.
You basically did.
And then the top half, we're just going to fill it all the way in. And then right under this gray line, we're just going to form a white long something. We're right under that.
I'm simply just suggesting that he should just talk about this in the future. Be like, oh yeah, because he's see, I already embarrassed myself because he already did our conversation. There's no point in holding back now. There's no point in holding back now. He already heard it.
And then right next to the gray circle, take a gray line going down. Then we're going to form a white triangle. And all we're going to do is just outline these gray circles that we made. And then, with a very thin line of gray, we're just going to outline the mouth. Now on the inside of the mouth, don't fill in her teeth. We're just gonna fill in that top corner with gray. And then from her cheek, we're just gonna take a line going all the way down outlining the entire chin. And then from her mouth, let's connect these two black lines with gray. And then finish outlining the entire mouth. Then fill in the entire cheek with gray.
Guys, you gotta focus on what you're doing. Stop talking. Stop laughing at us.
And now we're just gonna fill in her ear with gray. Okay, damn.
Okay, then I would tell them to call you Miss. No, could you go over here and call her Mamie?
Maybe.
Yeah.
And now towards this bottom right corner, just fill in that piece with gray. Now, on the bottom of her chin, just outline that black line in gray. Until it's even with the top line that we made with the chin. Then take that line and just make a big swoop. So it's gonna take it down. And just, swoop. No, swoop, not scoop. And then outline the hair to fill it in. And now, right in the middle of this white spot we made, there will be a big white circle. And then leave that white but fill the rest in. And now, at the bottom right side of the hair, just wait. You said wait? Okay. Just take a gray line and take it all the way down.
You didn't mix gray? Why did you mix gray? Gray.
And then right next to that gray line, make a longer gray line right next to it. And it should be like a long rectangle, just fill that in. Now, I sort of forgot something about the black, so we're going to go back to the black real quick. Now, take the black and in the bottom right corner, just fill that entire corner in with black. So we're just gonna take it and just fill in that corner with black. Then for the last part in the black, we're just gonna start towards the right side. And we're gonna just outline the butterflies. But stop once you get to the second to the last butterfly. And then for the last butterfly, we're just gonna outline it in a thick black line.
To the
The last part is just to sign your name. Success.
How's everybody doing? Oh, no. Well, we can aspire to this. We can aspire to this. So we're going to wrap everything up so you can keep the paints and keep your painting, obviously. You can leave the rest of the stuff on the table. We'll clean it up for you. And first, we're going to take a photo with all of you guys outside with Tyler. So if you can kind of finish whatever you're doing, and we'll follow the photographer outside, and we'll take a picture. Then you can come back in, get your stuff, and then we'll give you a surprise before you walk out the door. So make sure you hang out in here before you leave, okay?